Yes, sir, it's your boy Keiz Ali, and you're locked back into We Watch with the greatest host in the motherfucking world, Neko Smoke, and my guy, Mr. Avery Brown. This time we watching Bel-Air on a Thursday night. So you watch that show, and then you watch with us, because we watch, motherfucker.
Yeah, youngin' came strong with a will to live. Daddy never came home, mama in the pen, so it's relative.
Keiz want to be a radio host so bad, man.
Like
He
really
want to be a
does.
radio host so bad.
Somebody give him a job at a radio station, please.
Man,
Like,
I was over experienced. It was trash. It was sad. I was
oh my god.
Yo, what's crazy is they really told you that, fam. That's nuts to me. You know what I mean? Like, that truly is nuts to me.
I'll never understand it because he has the perfect radio voice and the energy and all that. I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
That's wild.
Anyway, we are back. We are back with another We Watch Season 2. We are doing Bel-Air Season 2, starting off with Episode 1. How are y'all doing today, fellas?
I'm doing great because we're not watching Kaleidoscope any fucking more, you know?
Oh,
doing great watching a black show about black youth, black power, black art, black music. You know? It's black, y'all, and we black, y'all, and we...
Oh, no. He was cooking, fam. He's cooking, fam. For sure.
I'm doing good. Shout out to Kaleidoscope. It's a great show. Go back and watch our reviews of that because it's a great show. But I'm glad to be here talking about Bel-Air as well. So this should be interesting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched Bel-Air, it is I guess a reboot in a way of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith. I want to start it off by saying I love the fact that the guy who's the director of the show now, the creator of Bel-Air, I guess you can call him the creator of it because it's whatever. But
it's his baby, yeah.
It all started off with him just making a trailer.
Right.
Him just making a fly ass, dope ass fucking trailer.
Literally.
And it just so happened to hit Will Smith's fucking desk in the start of him joining social media.
Right. Shout out to Morgan Cooper. That's
man. I just
that was amazing. I remember it went viral. I was like, this is incredible. I was like, it's like a coming of age story of a show that we all love and know like the back of our hand. So yeah, I love it.
Of course, once Will and his team like kind of touched it, it kind of marriages the two visions. But I would have loved to see just him create the show, because just based off the trailer alone, I was sold. I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. You know what I mean? Like sign me up. But of course, season 1 played on the first season of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It just kind of swap stuff for new age things.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
They had more money this time. They had more money this time too, because the original show was basically in the house. On the set was basically the house.
Yeah.
I think it's like 1 or 2 school sets that was set up, and that was about it.
Yeah. So again, before I have a question for later on, but I'm gonna just ask y'all this now. Do you think the show is better now with it actually being like a DSP version of a sitcom rather than, back in the day, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a true sitcom television show. Like, it was, every episode didn't really run into each other, but the storylines kind of did.
Yeah.
It seems like from watching this episode and watching season 1 that everything has a common theme, and it's gonna end with cliffhangers and all that stuff. Where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air just kind of, hey man, I want to do this type of episode today. I want to do this type of episode today. Like, it didn't really go one after another. Is it better in this format, or do you prefer the original sitcom format?
Excuse me. I'll speak first. I think that you can't compare the two based off of the way you just explained it. Like one was just whatever issue was going on in the world, they just tackled it in that episode and kept on moving. They just kept giving us different things every time, compared to a show that's I think they call like episodic story, like it's just going every episode is tying in. So I say you can't compare it. Plus, another reason I say you can't compare it is because of the budget. Like again, the original Fresh Prince show, it looked like I'm not saying it was a low budget show, but compared to what they have going on here today.
Oh yeah, technology's different. It's out.
Yeah, it has more range. It has more range, so it's kind of like unfair to compare it to. What about you, Mr. Avery Brown?
That's such a layered question, but I'll shorten my answer. Of course, these shows came out in different years. I think they're similar in wherever the world is at the time. So with Fresh Prince, back in the 90s, they had a particular set of issues going on, and it seemed like a lot of shows back then were really exploring like that, especially like with the whole drugs thing. It was the episode where Carlton tried the pills and all that. It seemed like that was a common thing. Boy Meets World did the same thing. Family Matters. It seemed like that was the thing. So progressing now in 2023, it's a similar thing in theme, but it's a different context. So, it's a different generation too, because most of the kids that are watching Bel-Air were not around for Fresh Prince. They know of Fresh Prince, obviously, because that show is still getting replay value on all local cable channels today, randomly, even at the gym. Like, I'll be on and look up, literally, they have the Fresh Prince marathon on randomly on TNT for no reason. So, I mean, it's like, I'm at the gym while y'all show, man. It's a good show. So I think they're similar in theme, but just in different time frames. So, but they can coexist because Bel-Air can stand alone as its own show and kind of go where Fresh Prince couldn't. Granted, this Bel-Air show may only have 6 seasons like the original Fresh Prince. Most likely it will. Unless they do a spinoff show, which I don't know how that'll work, but whatever. So they're similar but different. So yeah.
All right, getting into it, man. We start off with Will having the dream of him sitting in the throne with the crown on or whatever. He wakes up from it. You know what I mean? Go get some food. Sketchy dude pulls up on him and give him some money, man. Put it in this little fanny pack. You know what I mean? Because young niggas like fanny packs now, man. I can't do it, but
I thought they call it a man purse now.
Man purse, fanny pack, same thing.
Same difference. It's definitely a man purse. Just think about Jay Sean going, "Hey, Dad, let me get $20," and you go, "Hey, yo, get my purse over." All right.
Yeah, my kids are too. They're too blunt for that shit to ever happen. I posted a picture the other day and said, Dad needs a haircut. My daughter hit me this morning like, "Yo, Dad, you cut your hair, right?" It's like, "Yeah, darling, I got cut my hair today." I did cut my hair today. Okay, Dad is checking and making sure.
She's holding you accountable.
Exactly. The picture wasn't even 12 hours old when she was calling. You got that fixed? You good now? I'm like, yeah, I got it fixed.
Yeah, you straight? Yeah,
that is absolutely hilarious.
So they're not gonna let me slide with the man purse.
Yeah, man. I don't know about you, but in that moment, it kind of made me feel like, because he's on his own now, as we seen at the end of the season 1. His pops come. They have that epic scene, even though it didn't hit like the original scene.
Nah, hell nah.
And it hit that. I don't even think they was trying to. It was just like they gotta have that scene, but nothing in TV history can ever top that scene. But
why you don't warn me?
Yeah.
It
was a good show. I mean, it was a good scene. I personally enjoyed Marlon's. I would say this about Marlon. I know some people might disagree. I feel Keiz about to say something.
Here we go.
Now with Marlon, he comes from the Wayans. It's always about comedy with them primarily.
Yep.
As we know, they've made timeless comedy. I mean, come on, whatever. But I enjoy seeing him in a serious role. It was different, but it was good.
We didn't need him in that role though.
I mean,
and the internet was calling for Will to play his dad.
That would have been cool.
That or not. The internet was calling for Will.
That'd have been cool. I just don't think.
No.
I think if you put Will in the show, it would kind of
clash.
You had the original Aunt Viv in the first season.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
and now in this season, we got Tatiana Ali.
Yeah. Ashley's in it too, but I don't know. I mean, because Will Smith is bigger than, you know what I mean? Like he's so fucking big in stature.
Well, he should have played Lou. Lou was a one-take character.
That's true.
You're not gonna see Lou no more. No. And it was a season finale. It would have hit. Like it would have been like, oh shit,
no.
it's real.
Because Lou may return in Bel-Air.
But why?
Because I don't know. Because this is different from Fresh Prince. This is not a, just a one and done. Him going on some random cross country trip in a pickup truck.
You're right.
So Marlon probably be back. You mark my words, he'll probably be back.
Maybe, but anyway, moving along. It kind of I don't know how y'all felt about it, but when he was giving them the money and shit, I was thinking, damn, are they really taking it to a place where it's like, all right, Will's caught up in the selling some shit, or like they kind of alluded to him like doing something for the money. I knew it was something for the money, but I didn't think it was drugs. I thought it was basketball because that's where he came from in the first season. For sure.
So that's why my mind went back. Oh, this nigga playing ball again. Got it. I don't think they would make him sell drugs. Like not Will. Maybe somebody else. Maybe Carlton. Maybe Carlton can get wrapped up in something like that, but not Will.
Possibly.
Like, Will never really gets caught up in anything that's too dramatic per se. It's always Carlton or somebody else get caught up in those like life lessons in the old show. Anyway.
Right. And then Carlton would just do stuff kind of sporadically and then find out, oh wait, these are real drugs. Oh wait, I got a gun now. It's It's such a leap for Carlton all the time.
Yeah, so as we're moving along, you see that he's living with Jazz.
How old is Jazz, fam? I always thought him and Jazz was like homies, same age type shit. I know this is a different story. I know it's a different timeline. But like Jazz is a whole goddamn grown man in this show, right?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
It definitely seems that way. It just
it's like he's staying with his big homie.
Yeah. That's exactly what it seems like to me.
Absolutely.
Like because how they met, it was just driving them to the spot. You know what I mean? And then they just linked up that way, and he's just been looking out for him ever since.
Right.
On that type of shit.
Bagging his goddamn cousin.
Hey, listen. Sir. Can we get this out the way now?
Yes, sir.
Can we get this out the way now, please? Because I was gonna bring it up later on, but I need to bring it up now. Coco Jones is a. I don't know if I have the right words to.
Yes, sir. Nasty Neko enters the chat.
I don't know if I had the right words to describe her, fam.
She's beautiful.
She's a fucking beautiful one.
And she can sing like no one's business. Go
absolutely.
Check out her music. Her album is amazing.
I didn't know she was a singer to y'all. I literally just
didn't
know that at all.
She'll blow you the fuck away, fam.
I hope so.
She's an amazing R&B singer, which is a note that real R&B still exists in this generation. So I just want to throw that out there. Keep on.
Since we're here, right?
Come on.
You said she's a singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Do you think Karuchi is a star? Do y'all think Karuchi is a star? I didn't even know who the fuck she was.
She's only relevant because of Chris Brown.
They forcing her on us.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird force. It's very weird.
But I'll give her this: the TV show Claws that she's in with Niecy Nash.
Yeah,
she's phenomenal in that.
I can't get past the first season.
Oh wow!
I feel
I can't get past the first season. I tried it.
I feel
it's good.
She's pretty good in that show.
She is. I agree. But in Bel-Air, it really does seem like they're forcing her. And I don't. It's weird. I think it's that thing with actors in some shows they fit in, some they don't.
I didn't know it was her until like I was looking up the cast because I can't remember who Reed was.
Right.
In Aunt Vill's fucking storyline, I can't remember who Reed was. It was Michael Ealy. So I
Mm-hmm.
was looking that up, and then I went through the cast and was like, "Oh shit, that's Karuchi," and I was like, "I didn't even know that was her."
Yeah, that's Karuchi Tran.
Go ahead, though, Nick. I'm sorry.
So anyway, Will breaks down his newfound plan on to sustain himself without Uncle Phil.
Right.
He's just gonna be hustling what he know, man. He's great at basketball, so he's just been hustling, making money. You know what I mean? But he got a plan. He know this dude named Doc that's been taking, you know what I mean, high schoolers to college to the pros, all that stuff like that. So that's his plan, to get his attention by hustling these games and, you know what I mean, moving forward. How you feel like that shit is gonna play out?
Hustling? Is he hustling or is he just playing ball for money? Because when I hear hustling, I think white man. Oh, what's it called? White man can't jump. That's what I figure as hustling.
Well, I only say hustling because, you know, season 1, that's what got him in the fuck shit in the first place.
Yeah, but it was just like he was popping. I thought he was just popping shit at somebody and shit went left. It wasn't like he was trying to steal money or run game, right?
Well, yes and no. It
I
felt
think it
more
was both.
like he was hustling them, and then during the game they start. You know what I mean? Of course, it's basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's basketball on the blacktop. You gonna talk shit. You gonna pop shit, especially Philly, New York, LA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. You know,
Right.
it's part of the game. I guess in this instance, calling it hustling might be a little too far, but he doing whatever he needs to make the money on the court.
Yeah, I respect that.
You know what I mean? So he feels like he got a plan this time. But how do you feel like this plan is gonna go? Just from the scene alone, from him mentioning it now.
I feel like it's a dumb decision to make because your fucking uncle's a billionaire. And like he can pay for someone that's probably at a higher notoriety than Doc to come in and train you and put you in the right place. I get you don't want to fuck with your uncle, and that's the thing. That's a whole other conversation. Like I don't get the beef with the uncle.
We'll get to it for sure.
But I don't get that beef at all. But I feel like Uncle Phil probably knows somebody, or Jeffrey, or somebody knows somebody. It can be more of a like, yeah, you got to prove yourself, but let me put you in a safer environment because we don't know this motherfucker from left or right. And then they already painting him in like a shady light. I know we haven't got to the scene of him balling yet, but they paint him in a shady light when he walks up. The guy that's connecting him has like the all gold in his mouth. And like I know it's a stereotypical to say, but they're painting him as a stereotypical like gangster, like in the streets. So it tells me right then and there, like, okay, you're shady. Something shady is going to happen with you.
Right. There's a motive underneath him getting at Will, for sure. I think with his decision based on that scene, honestly, I don't know how that's gonna like pan out. I don't know. It seems like I think with his eagerness to get into this, it's like I'm trying to find somebody that can just hear me. Like I don't want my auntie to help me. I don't want my uncle to help me. I don't want your money. I want to do this on my own. Like yeah. And to Keiz's point, I get it. Like your auntie and your uncle are well known, literally, but I think it just comes a point to where it's like I'm cool with doing this on my own. Like I love you, but let me grow up. Let me be me, fam.
I think that's like stupid. I mean, for lack of words, because like when you come from a situation where you don't have shit, you want to have somebody to quote unquote walk you into the room and help you out, especially if you know like I'm the shit. I can ball my ass off. Like you want to make that connection. And him having the connection and wants to do it on his own, it's just like ass backwards. Like I get it, you want to do it on your own, but you have the skill, like you have it. So like you're gonna do it on your own because you're gonna bust your ass on the court. But with the politic and shit, let your family, let your friends and shit help you get in the room you need to get into to then show that you can do it yourself. If that makes sense.
But Sure, it does make sense, and that's the way he should go. But we talking about a high school kid who is doing high school shit. Like he's literally thinking like a high schooler, and he's doing shit out of spite because he pissed off about what his mom, his aunt, and his uncle did to him.
And they all lied to him. So
So
naturally, the response would be to retreat.
The
So
whole lie to him shit is wild, fam. That's wild, fam.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But,
I'm not rolling.
moving on. You know, Hillary, Vivian got, she's planning for her big meeting, and of course she's telling Phil, "Hey man, you need to apologize." And Phil's like, "I ain't apologizing to this nigga. Like I did what was best for him. Like I did what, yeah, I did what was best for him. He a kid, you know what I mean? He a kid. I did what was best for him, and that's it. I'm not apologizing for looking out for his best interest. This nigga's is a deadbeat. Like he's a deadbeat. He never needed to meet him. He met him, and it just sent him into a fucking spiral. Like we knew
he
was
right
going to happen
the whole time. To me, I think Uncle Phil was right the whole time. He never should have met him.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, moving on, we get to Hillary, and I understand why they put this in the show because it's a big thing now. If most people don't know, there are things called creator houses where there was little niggas. There was little niggas just moving out west to LA, sharing a fucking like small ass fucking apartment and just making videos, Vines, YouTubes, TikToks. Now
people still doing it today. Literally.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they do, and so they got Hillary in these fucking creator houses with Carucci, because Carucci is, what I mean, she the owner of one of these creator houses, and she putting Hillary in charge.
She bought out Hillary's deal. Hillary got herself in a bad deal last season.
Bad deal in the last season. Got her out of it. Brought her to this house, and Hillary wanted to run it and be a boss, so she's letting her run it, and she's making her do the tough shit. Tell them, hey, they got to move out of here. She got to fire this person.
Yep.
She don't like that shit.
How y'all feel about that though? Like the new house that she wants without, the other guys were kind of immature the way they came in the house and shit. Mm-hmm. But like having a good mix in a house has always been like a good thing to me. Anyway, so how do y'all feel about her wanting to be like she-man women haters club? What is it? Like
she-man woman haters club.
Yeah, she want to have that type of shit. Like how y'all feel about
that? Personally, I think it's okay for what they're doing. I mean, it makes sense to me, because they're not. I guess they don't want the distractions. I would say personally, they don't want the distractions. They just want to be focused on the content that they're creating in their space, and then let the brothers do, whatever they're doing. So I get why she had to tell them like, hey, y'all got to get out. This is not your residence anymore. Get out. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think the house is going to fall apart before the end of the season.
Oh, 100%.
It might.
It's going to go straight Bad Girls Club.
Yeah, especially from what we saw later on in the episode. Moving on. What's up with Hillary and Jazz, fam? I understand, like, in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she was giving this nigga the runaround until finally, they get together. But come on, fam. Jazz got his shit going on for himself. He ain't the like absent-minded dude from
Fresh Prince.
You know what I mean? Right. Like he got his shit going on. You know what I mean? He got his own record store. You know what I mean? Fly ass car. Got his own spot. She just ain't fucking with him like that, man. How you feel about this, man? She keep giving my man a runaround.
I mean, she fucking him. What you mean? He beating that box out, fam. It's just the way that she curved him out, saying, "So what are we? Are we nothing?" No, I don't.
Right.
That shit was kind of weird to me. That was kind of weird because
that was wild, man.
Come on, why you doing little Jazzy Jeff that way?
Right, and I think is kind of I guess like I don't want to say like a tribute to the original show, but they kind of expanding their story to say like, I feel like it's more on that I'm on this side of the tracks, you're on that side. you know, I'm in this mansion, you're on the south side. It feels like that's really why Hillary didn't want to go with Jazz, because she didn't want to be judged by her friends in that house. Because they knew, if you with him, where he from? South side of LA. He's one of those. And he's short. So typically most women want somebody that's tall, want to be perceived a certain way. So I think that's why Hillary was ashamed, because of where they come from.
She curved that nigga, man. She kept him in the pocket. He pocketed her, fam.
Yeah, of course. Typical. But anyway, now getting to a point that Keiz wanted to talk about all along. Carlton, you know what I mean, kind of get a little hit on a little bit in the hallway by, you know what I mean, little shorty doo-wop. You know what I mean?
She throw it.
Little honey dip, you know what I mean?
Right,
hey, Carlton, you know what I mean? Hey, you know Will, the cousin that he is. Hey, Pete.
What you doing?
You know what I mean?
Right.
What you doing, young blood? Like, nah, fam. This shit just gotta come natural now. Fuck
That's
that.
the stupidest shit I ever heard.
Right.
Like, but you don't go turn around, chase that little box right quick, bro.
Yeah,
man. Hey, man, get yourself wet, right, the little boy.
Yeah, Will said, fuck that shit. They show up to the Black Student Unit meeting. Shit go left immediately, fam.
I mean, quick.
They pulled that nigga card, fam. How y'all feel about that?
Man, that shocked me. I was not prepared. They were like, hey, you only show up when you running for a student body president. Outside here, we don't ever see you nowhere else.
He was on some Republican shit. Let's keep it real, fam. Like,
hilarious.
Let's keep it real, fam.
Because Carlton was definitely a Republican.
Is it Republican shit? Is it Republican shit?
Is it Republican? Excuse me. He was on his politician shit, because all of them do it.
They all do it. They have to sell it.
Hillary Clinton showing up to the Breakfast Club with hot sauce in her bag.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? Her husband in the 90s showing up to the late night show playing the saxophone. You know blacks love saxophone, man.
You know Bill been playing the saxophone his whole life. Cut that shit out,
That's the first instrument I picked up, my nigga, in 4th grade.
You know Bill been playing that shit, man. Don't come for Bill like that, man.
Nigga,
as someone who started playing the piano when he was in the 4th grade, I can tell you, people think that piano players, they think we have all the attention. It's those brass instrument players, the trumpet players, the saxophone players, they get all the attention, because saxophone is a very inviting instrument. You get
you know what I mean?
And the trumpet.
What it do? Hey,
let me find out, nigga. Avery Brown over here shaking hips and shit, nigga.
No, I don't do that.
Got a little salsa dancing, you boy.
Let me find out.
But they get that attention. And Carlton was a Republican in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for sure.
100%.
He literally was saying in an episode.
Ass nigga. You know what I mean?
Yo, whoa. That's disrespectful. Don't do Carlton like
it's true.
He
would be like, I'm going to the Young Republicans Club today, big guy. Hey,
nigga want to be white so bad, boy.
You call that man Tim Duncan, though. I mean, not Tim Duncan, Tim Scott, though.
Nah, Tim Scott ass nigga, man.
Heavy Tim Scott. Heavy Tim Scott.
That's wild.
Jeez Louise.
They pulled my nigga card. Hey, fam, you only show up to the blacks when you need something.
But his rebuttal was spot the fuck on, fam.
No,
to me,
100%.
His rebuttal was spot the fuck on.
It's some shit that Keiz Ali would say. So please, sir, enlighten the people what he said.
Nah, he just said it. Y'all motherfuckers want to sit in here and be comfortable around each other and bitch and moan about your problems instead of getting out there and getting active. And I get that he came in to try to get their vote and try to get them behind him and shit. And he got him and won. But at the same time, it's just like, man, y'all ain't gonna do shit any fucking way. And I think like we gonna see some shit come from this. I feel like for lack of words, Carter's gonna get his black card back. And I think he's gonna back the shorty that's the president of the club.
Got to
while doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for I'm pro Carlton this season, man. Last season on the show, Carlton was on some shaky bakey shit. You know what I'm saying? Adderall.
He was on this white shit, fam. He was
literally sniffing that white shit. You're right.
He might be doing it again this season. He might be doing it again this season. So
I hope not, though, fam.
Could
I
be. Hope not.
Get a little weed and chill out, Carlton.
Yeah, man. So moving right along. My man's popped back up, fam. Oh, Jeffrey G, man.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Hey, man, he popped up on Will because, you know what I mean? Will need to talk to him. You know, and then that awkward ass fucking meeting between Jeffrey and
I
Uncle
don't
Phil.
like the way I think the word is emasculating Jeffrey, because like Jeffrey has always been like solid. Like no matter what, Jeffrey has always been like solid. But now it's got like in that meeting, it made him seem like he was like
he was bowing down to it. Yeah,
I get apologizing, and maybe it wasn't cowering down. Maybe he was on that level of like, yo, I fucked up, I'm wrong, my nigga. And the way Uncle Phil responded may have made it look like he was cowering it down. Because in that situation, he basically did what Uncle Phil did later on in the episode with Will. He admitted his wrong. He said why he was wrong, and he was just looking for some forgiveness. Uncle
but
Phil's
it was two different. It was two different. It was two different ways though. Okay. Because Jeffrey's way, it was like you said, it was more like. It was like he was cowering to him. It was like this is a boss-employee relationship type of thing. And then later on in the episode, when Uncle Phil is apologizing to his family member, somebody he really cared about, it was on some heartfelt, we are here, we are equal.
You don't think that Jeffrey and Uncle Phil had it like that? I get it's an employee boss relationship, but a family ties, fam.
I do, like, but
make it seem like them niggas done been through some shit together, fam.
Oh yeah, 100%,
definitely.
But I just feel like in that moment, it felt like Jeffrey was more like,
coward.
I got submissive. Like I got my hand out, please, you know what I mean?
Right.
Touch my hand, make sure everything's good, type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they did that.
All in the meanwhile, Aunt Viv has no fucking clue what's going on between these two.
Oblivious is a motherfucker, right?
Have no fucking clue. She's sitting there like, what the fuck? She picked up on it immediately.
Right.
They talking in code. Only the audience and them two know. They talking in code, man. It's just some weird shit, man. You think
their beef though, is it real? Like it shouldn't be a beef between them.
I think Uncle Phil is making it bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah, because he's still on the high horse of if Uncle Phil feels like he don't need to apologize to Will, then he still got to keep that same energy with Jeffrey.
But he don't have to apologize to Jeffrey. He just has to accept his apology.
Yeah, well, that's really what it comes down to. But
he just want his stubbornness.
Does he want? He's just on that.
He's stubborn.
He's just on that I'm right shit right now.
Yeah, like
that's all.
And I think that's gonna be Uncle Phil's issue this season already, just from like his unwillingness to forgive people or even to be accountable. I think that's going to be a problem for Uncle Phil this season.
I don't think it's going to be accountability. I think it's going to be stubbornness based off of this situation. Based off of the situation with Jeffrey, and based off that conversation he had with that Franklin, the turtle ass nigga at work. Like I feel like that his company, his firm, is not going to accept the social change he wants to make, so he's going to lean a little bit too hard.
Yeah,
shit
of course.
Go left. Yeah,
of course.
I hope it doesn't happen, but that's what it's leaning toward for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
I fuck with Uncle Phil too.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, moving along, Jazz and Will talking about Ashley's birthday party. I might not show up. Shit still thick over there. He get the call from JB. Gold mouth nigga was like, "Hey, Doc want to see you play." All right, bet. When? In an hour, right now. Fuck. So Jazz talking him into it like, "Hey man, just gotta be quick about it. We can do it."
Right.
Before we go there, before we jump into that, right? We forgot the unlived piece. When she had a meeting and sit down with the interviewer.
For her brand.
That's for her brand, right?
Yes. They're trying to downplay her.
Yeah, her going against the grain and saying like, well, Reed is saying this. and you're saying this. I don't like. And I seen it in the trailer. I don't like them playing with their marriage. I mean, I guess it's like, what else story could Uncle Phil and Aunt Liv have? But I don't like them playing with their marriage, man. Because in season 1, it was the temptation of Michael Ealy, and it looks like in this season it's gonna be a temptation of one of his exes coming in.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I mean, I get they have to have a storyline, but I feel like leave their marriage alone. Their marriage to me should be like the one rock foundation that this show has.
No,
Keiz.
Because you remember in Fresh Prince, in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there were a few episodes where they had issues. Where there was an episode where she moved out for a few episodes. She did not deal with Uncle Phil for a while. So they're just taking that and just expanding it.
I don't like it, man. It has to be some type of like. There's no.
It's TV, fam.
I know, but there's no like rock. There's no like. We can all come back to this in this show, and that's what I think is missing.
I still think Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil will still be that solid foundation for them, but I think that's the other part of this show. Is gonna deal with the reality of real issues in relationships too, because it's not gonna be your cookie cutter. Oh, it's just bunnies and forest and everything, and we're just gonna be okay. No,
but infidelity though, like why we gotta get infidelity twice though, man?
Or even the
hint of infidelity. We got it in the first season. Like,
I know.
Get away from the infidelity.
I feel like they're doing this with Phil, like kind of alluding to it with Phil, because it's like it's one of those when she was doing that shit with Michael Ealy, Uncle Phil had a problem with it. She was trying to make it seem like his feelings for it wasn't validated. So now they just going, they're
flipping the narrative.
They gotta throw shit like this in the sick. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You gotta play with their black family like that.
I don't either, but also
I love it.
Also, I feel like they playing on the. They playing on the options thing that humans have right now. There's so many options. Like you can be tied down for so long, but because there's so many options out there in the world, they're just talking about it.
Yep.
And throwing that in there to show people how you can maneuver through it.
Absolutely. And you can have multiple partners. That's why people are being poly relationships.
Hey man, throubles. It's a thing of the day.
Yep. But
I like
as we said a little bit ago, he shows up to the court, man, ready to ball out. He introduces himself. Hey, I'm Will Smith. I was getting recruited by here, and here. All this, he was like, all right, little nigga, this is my time. This ain't your time. Sit your ass down. You'll get to play.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, he was not impressed at all.
Finally, he get to play. Big ass niggas started cooking him, fam.
Cooking. With the same move. With the same fucking move.
Same move over and over. Blowing past him, he just bigger than him and giving a little elbow. Stay over there, little nigga. Layup. Stay over there, little nigga. Layup. You know what I mean? And then, how you gonna miss that point blank range ass, layup, whatever. Of course, it's for cinematic purposes.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, of course, Will is showing that he's a god on the court, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, that. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but when he crossed him over and he went up for the dunk, it's like, fam, the transition and cut right there.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to dunk
that
shit right
I literally wrote that in my notes. I said, this transition is kind of quick. They post editing. I'm like, they just say, oh no, let's put his body right up by the goal and just make him. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Y'all cheating.
Just like in season 1, I don't know if y'all remember it, but they had the game or whatever. He caught that one on the fast break.
Yo,
it's like, yo, fam, that ain't Will, nigga. That's some other Puerto Rican cat from Jamaica somewhere.
A whole stunt double, boy. That's
a whole stunt double, man. It's cool though.
Because we pay attention to the details, so we see all that. It's like,
I like seeing that shit because it goes to show you that it's okay to fuck up. Like it's like as long as the premise is there and you understand it, you can
Right.
give people this little laugh. Just like in
Absolutely.
Game of Thrones last season, there was like a Starbucks cup in it in a
In
shot
the part,
somewhere.
yes, I remember that.
And then the scene where Aaron Rodgers just showed up in there for no reason. It's like, yo, fam, what the fuck is going on, man?
No, literally.
The Tyler Perry Fall from Grace movie. There was like, it was a bunch of like little shit that was just out of place. But Tyler Perry's thing was, I got brand new people who working on this set for the first time. Like they the first time in these lead roles, and I'm trying to push them in, into those directions, trying to get them. They gonna fuck up, fam. Like it is what it is. Like, they're gonna fuck up.
I remember that. Tyler Perry likes to experiment with things in real time and then just put it out. And I'm like, this is not cinema.
The fuck you gonna do to somebody who already worth $1 billion? Like he's straight. Like nobody ever has to watch his movies again. He's gonna be fine.
Hire people that know about cinematography, because Jesus Christ, he be having the legend Cicely Tyson and Felicia Rashad out here looking like
crazy
clowns. I said, how dare you? Got Maya Angelou just what are you doing?
But from me and Keiz' experience, we are two people that just we try to figure it out. So like then we try to find workarounds about it. And then the next time we do it better. So I get it, I understand it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Will does all that. He wound up cooking the nigga, beating the dude. He do all that shit. He does he rushed down there to play. He played this big ass nigga. He beat the dog shit out of him.
Right.
Just for Doc to go, hey man, I ain't taking on new clients right now. Nigga, what?
Playing with his emotions.
You know what I mean?
Playing with his whole emotions.
I could be on a yacht right now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Chilling. You know, I could be doing anything else. Anything. Horrible. But anyway, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the chick that he met with the dog that was mad random. You know what I mean? So of course you know her
new love interest.
Yeah. Of course she's gonna be sticking around because the coming attraction show, she's around. She's around. So anyway.
You missing one thing though, my guy.
What's up? What I'm speeding past?
Tatiana, fam.
Yes, she's the teacher, Miss Hughes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tatiana Ali.
Slid her fine ass in there real quick. I was like, okay.
She's a teacher.
Yeah. I'm going to literature on time this year. I'm never late to English class this year, my nigga.
No, I feel you, fam.
And that's I can tell that's already how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because the way that little white girl was looking when they were talking, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I already know how they're about to make this out to be. You're teaching them too much. There's too much history and stuff that we don't. It's probably going to go in that same storyline of what's actually going on in Florida right now, where they banned a lot of books about true history. Yeah. So if they go that route, kudos to them. You know, because that's interesting.
Ashley had a cool storyline last time with like the LGBTQIA.
Right.
And now she's going to have like this.
Right.
This, I like the way they use her.
Hold on, nigga.
I see the glisten in your eye, my nigga. I see
you. For a little context before we keep on going, we did a panel with a guy named Reggie. I forget what the other guy's name is.
I can't remember.
I can't remember what his name is. Keiz was in a learning phase. And he decided to put this panel together with two guys that's in the LGBTQIA plus community.
Right.
And that is one thing that Keiz has learned. And he will say every single letter. And because he knows, because he understands the importance of it. Like it's their thing. it's their thing. That is what they want to be acknowledged as. So just acknowledge it as. It's not a big deal, you
It's
know.
not Alphabet Gang till they die.
Yeah, for sure.
Good job, Keiz. Way to
But
evolve.
yeah,
Way to
yeah,
evolve,
Way to
man.
evolve.
way
That's
to
great.
evolve, man. I'm proud of this nigga, man.
That's awesome.
So every time he say it, every time we say it and he say it good, I gotta do it.
Appreciate you, my nigga. I appreciate
I
you.
gotta do it. But
Appreciate you.
That's good.
well, they want to making it to the yacht just in time
Mhm.
before they pulled off, you know. And Ivy, aka Carucci.
Right.
So Jasmine was like, "Hey, nigga, is that nigga free?" You know what I mean? It was like, "Hey, who is this nigga?" You know what I mean?
Who is the dark skinned Keebler elf?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
shit, nigga. You know what I mean? And and Hillary was like, "Shit, no, he with somebody." And then she goes, "Nah, I don't know if he's with somebody or not."
Yeah,
Right.
she realized at that moment.
She realized, nigga, you know what I mean? If
Short
it's,
niggas rule the world.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta claim this niggas out here, fam.
Get in while it's hot.
But anyway, of course, you got the awkward moments of Will and Uncle Phil not trying to talk to each other, seeing each other but not talking to each other.
Right.
Oh, it's all about Ashley. It's all about Ashley. All that bullshit. Blah blah blah. It's Ashley's 13th birthday, by the way. And yeah, man.
And they pull up a fucking sweetie, fam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a second. We can't skip past the apology. So Phil winds up approaching Will, was like, "Hey man, you want to talk?" Nigga was like, "I ain't got nothing to talk about."
Right.
He's like, "Well, listen then, my nigga." So they go off,
Right.
and of course, he told the whole spiel about, I don't feel like I should apologize because I did what I thought was good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand on it. And, you know, of course, Will broke him down with the, y'all niggas lied to me, fam. That's the only thing that hurt. This nigga was a scumbag. I know he was a scumbag.
Right.
I'm cool with this nigga being a scumbag. That's
Right.
fine.
Right.
But you nigga bitches had a whole plot my whole entire life, fam.
Facts.
Like, y'all could have just told me the nigga was alive. He was just a scumbag. That's fine.
Right.
I can deal with that. But y'all niggas lying. And of course, them fucking tears, fam.
I can't roll. I know you're describing what happened, but I agree 100% with Uncle Phil and the family.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you would have told him he wasn't shit, you would have tried to seek out and find out on your own. So if we just say, you know, this is what happened, we're gonna keep you protected, and we got you this far. You made it this far without him. Let's just keep it that way.
But how many times do families lie about stuff like that, and then kids don't find out until they're older?
Because it's also the father's job that if you really give a fuck to get active.
What if he doesn't know how, Keiz?
My nigga, this is the internet, my nigga. Come on, man. This is the internet world, my nigga.
So people were doing this. People in the 70s were having whole families across the street and not even taking care of them.
Well, it's not the 70s, my nigga. It's 2023.
And
this is real. You can find your people.
But everybody's not on the internet.
Fam, but that you have, if you want to see your kid, if you know, look, I got a kid somewhere out here. I know he got a rich ass uncle in Bel-Air, and I know we live in Philly. You're going to start in one of those two places. You're going to go after your kid. He never went after his kid. If he not coming, there's no need for him to be here. And then when he get here, shit going to go left. And that's what we dealing with. Shit went left because he introduced himself. And now we here. I agree with him, man.
Should Will have been caught in the crossfire of their lies? Because they technically did lie to him.
Yes.
You think so?
Jeffrey overstepped. He overplayed his hand. He apologized for overplaying his hand because he realized what I did was fucked up. Every situation is different. And in the case of Marlon Wayans, Lou and Will, Lou did not do shit to get back in Will's fucking life. And the thing about it is this, right? You knew Will Smith was in the fucking papers in Philly. He wasn't just some kid around the fucking way. He was balling his ass off to the point where he was in the paper. So he seen him. He put up a newspaper. He gonna see his kid. So it's like, yo, you could have went to a game. You could have popped up after school. I done seen plenty of fucking shit where it be right outside the school. Hey, son.
True.
However it go left, it go right. But it's the fact that you put in effort to try, and he never put in effort.
What if it's perceived? What if it's perceived as you? Oh, now you trying to show up because I'm getting notoriety now.
I showed up, my nigga. That's the biggest thing of it all. Showing up at some point. He never showed up. Like ever showed the fuck up. He ain't been out of jail but so long. So it's that too. He got out of jail too.
And readjusting to normal life.
Yeah, but man, nah, I'm not rolling, fam. I feel like they did the best thing for Will in that situation. I feel like Will may be overreacting. I get it. Yes, they lied to you, but you see why we protected you. And when Will have kids, he'll understand that he got to protect them the same.
I mean, Uncle Phil still didn't apologize for what he did, but he did apologize for hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, because that is never the intention. The intention is never to hurt you. The intention is to protect. And sometimes when you're protecting, you're gonna hurt your loved one. But you just gotta have that conversation and then move on and tell them, hey man, when you ready to come back home, bring your ass back home. But anyway, moving right along. I don't really want to talk about this part, but hey, it's here. Sweetie shows up.
Yeah, she's a guest artist in this episode.
That could have got Meg Thee Stallion for crying out loud or something.
Nah, they can get Sweetie never mind. I don't want to. I don't want to.
That's the niggas entered the chat.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Just skate past it, fam. Anyway, Sweetie shows up, sings a happy birthday, sings Ashley happy birthday or whatever. Then the part I really don't want to talk about is Will and Lisa.
Oh yeah.
I don't really give a shit about it, guys. I just don't.
But that's a main part of the story, fam.
It is. Well, we know Will and Lisa, they have history. He just I'll say for this part, Nico, you can rest, brother. It's okay.
Go ahead.
So Will talks to Lisa and he assures her that he does love her, but he says that he's just not ready to commit right now, or he doesn't want to bring her into any drama. And Lisa's just standing there like a deer in headlights, like
she got shit on her face.
It's a lot to process, and it reminded me maybe Will has Will would say that to Lisa, but then go with that other chick that had the dog. I forgot her name.
I did too.
Maybe y'all think Will has commitment issues with Lisa?
No, I think that Lisa fucked off on his cousin and he need to move on.
That's interesting.
Let's just keep it 100 here, fam.
Lisa
Smoke.
and Will reminded me of Quincy and Monica from Love and Basketball, because that wasn't a real relationship either.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm bringing that back up.
See what I'm saying? That's why he wasn't talking about it, fam.
It's not love, it's manipulation. And
all I'm gonna say is Smoke. You move in with your cousin down in Beverly Hills. You gonna smash his old thing?
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. Not. That's all this is getting wrapped up with the old thing.
For the main part is I'm in a brand new place. I'm not about to smash on the first thing I see. It's not happening.
Like, I don't even know you. What are we doing?
She's part of the family and shit. It's weird because she's so tight with the family too.
Yeah.
Come on, she just snuck in that mansion a couple of times to jump on cars, and now she doing the same for Will. Get her trifling ass the fuck out of here. And her daddy a hoe ass nigga.
Well, Carlton and Will participated, so they're just as much of a hoe as she is. So
I don't like you.
Love you too, brother.
Yeah. But
they're all hoes. They're all hoes.
Moving on, they get back to the Hillary, Jazz, Ivy get back to the creative house. Jazz helping them in with some shit, and Ivy is about to, just go in for it, you know what I mean? He's about to cook that motherfucker, and Jazz was gonna be like, sure enough. This bitch don't want to claim me.
You're
know what I
right.
mean?
You're right.
She don't want to claim me at all. I want to claim her, but she like, nah, you gotta stay in secret. I ain't no fucking moped. You know what I mean? I got shit going on for me, fam. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I got an old school you know what I mean? I got an old school in the driveway.
Yo.
You don't.
Jazzy,
You gonna treat me like
Jefferson
this?
bagged 2 billionaire bras all in one episode.
Like that,
hey,
fam.
More power to the black man.
What an incredible time.
Of course,
he's having a great time.
He's living his life, goddamn it. He's living his life.
Of course, you know what I mean? She had to step up and be like, nah, that's my man's.
Right.
You gotta back the fuck up. I want you, nigga. Like, all right.
Okay. You got 2 billionaires banging it out.
Yeah. Then Ivy was like, you know what? Y'all look good together. I'm cool with it. Whatever.
Because she wants Christopher.
That shit gonna turn out bad.
Yeah.
That shit gonna turn out bad.
Yeah, I agree.
But then we find out that the article finally published, and it don't paint Vivian in a good light, fam.
She shouldn't have fought with Michael Ealy ass anyway.
Hey man, we talked about that earlier in this episode right here. Like it's not gonna look good for her, fam. It's
not at all.
And yeah, man, episode ends with Will coming back home. Because why wouldn't you go back to a mansion? You know what I mean? Live comfortable. You know, all that shit. And, you know, he come back home and he get a call from Doc. And then you find out Doc only really want to fuck with the nigga because
who he's connected to.
So, you know what I mean? So
that's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Will just wants to be independent. That's what I got out of this opening episode. He doesn't want his family's money. But something this season is going to turn in a bad way, in one way or another. I didn't even have to look at the trailer to know that, because it's predictable, but it could be a plot twist at the same time.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good though.
I'm ready for next week.
Yeah, man. I think the season's gonna be really good. Like I said, man, I think it's awesome how this just started with a trailer.
Right.
All the shit just started with a trailer. It's some shit kind of that, you know what I mean? Never mind, I ain't gonna say it out loud, but because niggas like to steal ideas, but you know, but yeah, man, it's something that hits close to home, and
yeah,
I'm ready to see how this season plays out.
Same here.
Any last words before we close out?
I'm ready for episode 2 next week, and I'm happy to announce or say that we will be going live shortly after watching the episode. It's gonna be fresh on our minds and hearts.
Hey,
y'all come back and fuck around and fuck with us. Fuck around and find out. God damn it.
Man, season 2 of We Watch
Bel-Air
on Peacock.
Peacock.
Episode 1 with my guys Keiz Ali, Avery Brown, and of course your boy Neko Smoke. And I just gotta leave y'all with this.
Nigga, it's me. I'm him. I'm not them. I'm him Jones. I'm him Duncan. I will be the nigga.